Ms. Mahlet FFE, may you begin by introducing yourself?
Okay. My name is Mahlet FFE. I work for Forum for Environment as a climate change program manager. Forum for Environment works on environmental advocacy, and we have different environmental programs including urban environment, renewable energy, forestry and protected areas, and also climate change. Forum for Environment has been operating in Ethiopia since 1997, and currently we're hosting the Ethiopian Civil Society Network on Climate Change, which has more than 60 member organizations. So the network works on awareness raising, capacity building, experience sharing and documentation, and also conducting action-oriented research. The network has been operating since the beginning of 2009. This group of organizations who are members of this network come from different areas, such as agriculture, food security, and also population and health issues, and also the youth groups and others. Currently, the network operates in 10 different working groups, such as agriculture, energy, urban environment, and others, including negotiation and policy analysis. And also I'm co-chairing the finance working group within an international network called Climate Action Network International on international negotiations. And also regarding this training, the LRP training, what I could say is this is a very big opportunity for me and also for my colleagues who are here with me to participate in this training. Since we focus on climate change, specifically on climate change, we have a climate change program, as I have mentioned earlier. So this is a very great opportunity for us to work more efficiently and effectively on climate change. And since I'm at the managerial level, this will help me to conduct my activities in a better way, and it will also enhance my leadership skills. So far, this is the third day of the training, and we have been getting a lot of good inputs and a lot of, I could say, different sides of what we have been thinking so far. So this is a very good opportunity for me, and I could speak on behalf of my colleagues as well. This is a very good opportunity for us, especially as being the only NGO being part of this training. This is a very big opportunity. And also, when going back, I'm so glad that I have other team members who are here with me, and when we go back to the office, we can implement our jobs in a better way. And I'm sure in the coming 6 months we'll do more, and also we'll try to incorporate what we have acquired from this training in our further works. And if there's any problem or if there's any ambiguity, since it's a 6 months program, we can always go back to the trainers, get some feedbacks, and we can always work it out. And also, as I've mentioned earlier, I'm also coordinator of the network, so this training could also help me in my networking skills with all these members. And as I have said earlier, what we are doing so far is our network members work on different issues, if not necessarily directly related to climate change. So we're working towards mainstreaming climate change in all their projects and programs. So this will help me to somehow motivate them in this area as well. And also, as a way forward, what I could say is other NGOs and civil society organizations, if there's an opportunity to engage them in these kinds of trainings, it could be very advantageous, since most of these organizations work at the grassroots and at the community level. They are the ones who mobilize the people, they are the ones who work with the people very closely. So this will be a very good opportunity or a very big benefit for them as well. And I have said a bit earlier, the objective of this training is to be more innovative and creative, to conduct climate change adaptation works in the future. And say the first day of the training has tried to give us what is climate change, what does it mean in different contexts and the impacts in the country. And that's a very good, I could say, briefing for everybody, especially the different people here are from different ministries who are not necessarily directly working on climate change, but this is a very good intervention from the trainer's side, what is climate change in Ethiopia's context. So to meet these objectives, I could say the 6 months, making it not a one-time training is a very good framework, I could say, so that we can always come back and discuss our problems or what we have done so far, and it could be a lesson learning process for us. And also as NGOs, being sitting here is a very good chance for us to talk to different stakeholders from the parliament and also other ministries. Even though we're engaged with the parliament on briefing them on the climate change issues, especially at the national level after conducting the research, and also briefing them on the international negotiations, this is also a very good chance for us to talk to them one-to-one on what is really happening on the ground based on the research we have conducted or we have at our hands. And also in the international negotiations, this is also a very good chance for all the ministries and all NGOs in the country to be ready for the climate change, especially when we have the climate fund being established, to be established soon. So if we're ready and if we have mainstream climate change in our works and if we're ready when the funds come, when it starts coming in, it will be, I think this training is in a good time. So I'm sure there will be a continuity of this to have more people also from the NGO side. So it's not only the ministries and not only EPA, but also try to engage others, including private sector, and also some other NGOs will be very good.
Ms. Mahlet, with regard to members of the society, would you tell us some pointers regarding who should get similar trainings and sessions?
As I told, we have different parts of the society, and we say climate change is a cross-sectoral issue. So it's not only an environment issue, but it's cross-sectoral. So I could say in the future trainings that will be planned, it will be good to have youth groups, gender groups, and also the marginalized groups who are really affected by climate change, who are usually neglected in our plans and in our projects, but they should be the ones to be given a chance as well. And also people who are really working on the ground, who can just mobilize people more and who can, this could be not only a training for me, for example, but also I could go back to my office and reflect on what I have been trained on, so I can have more colleagues who are motivated, and also in our network if we can have a few other trainings, and then they could also, it's like a replica of the different training sessions. So if you have different groups like the women groups, associations, or the youth groups, and also the marginalized groups, it would be good to have a diverse group and also sitting in one place and just to see what the challenges are and what we can come up with as a suggestion or as a solution.
Okay, one question. As environmentalist and a female, how do you see the future with regard to the environment challenges and the climate change threat, particularly to the poorest nations, specifically to Ethiopia, as an Ethiopian?
The environment has been degrading, and unless we start rehabilitating our environment, we're going to face a lot of challenge. But also, when we have now the climate change problems, it's impacting our people more. And I could speak for the women and also the pastoralists and also the youth groups and also the elderly who have no way of somehow adapting to this changing climate. It's a very big threat for us. And when we go out of the cities and when we go to the people, we see lots of impacts already happening. So it's, unless we work very hard to stop the greenhouse gas emissions, which contribute to the changing climate, and also unless we do something here on rehabilitating our environment and doing more works on environmental rehabilitation, we're going to face a lot of challenge. And so, as I said a bit earlier, we're facing it now, and with the temperature rising more than what we have now, it's going to be a lot more disastrous. And what we are seeing in all over the world, there are a lot of disasters. And if it is not necessarily to climate change, we cannot say everything is due to climate change, but climate change makes things worse. So when, let's say, we're trying very hard to come out of poverty, but when we have climate change, we get backward and we're into the same problem again. So I'd say we should involve more people, more groups within our society and also internationally to have a very fair climate and very fair future.
Thank you, Mahlet, for your interview. We hope we can meet what we are expecting. Thank you very much indeed.